And welcome back, YouTube. It is Friday, May 27th, 2022, 3:05 p.m. And Van says she doesn't see my smartphone anywhere in her office. Said that if she saw it, she would have called me, which is funny because you're gonna call me to tell me that you found my phone? You gonna answer that call too? Severe logic fail right there. Anyway, I'm kicking myself in my ass that I wasn't sitting here waiting when she opened her office, because I was the last customer of the day. Like, I was in her office at 5 when she closed on, I forget what day it was. Wednesday, I think.
Right now in Carefree.
Maybe it was Tuesday. I don't know. Every day is just the same fucking miserable shit. Just slight differences. They all just kind of blend together into a misery that is my life, and that's crooked. Let's fix that. So I was the last. I just barely made it there in time to try to clarify the shit with my credit cards there, and so there was nobody in there after me, but that day, so I guess, if I could have been there when she opened, I might have had a chance, but I'm thinking, there's just so many scummy people that go in and out of that office, and I'm thinking somebody probably went in and was like, ooh, a cell phone, there's a good come up. It's a fucking UMX piece of shit, it ain't worth anything. But of course, now the problem I have is that I don't know. I don't think anybody could use it without my password. I've got it password protected. However, unlike my iPhone, which was stolen, I don't trust a UMX to be nearly as locked down as an iPhone was. I highly doubt anybody was able to use the iPhone that was stolen from me. Now, granted, I still, haven't got it back, and I'm not going to get it back, and the thing was worth more in parts than it was as a complete phone anyway. So, so my guess is it's probably been parted out. But have their badges stripped and be fired. Especially considering I had a brand new battery in it and a brand new screen, since I just had it refurbed. But anyway, I can't blame you. But yeah, I would imagine UMX would be as simple as I don't know. I'm worried about people using my SIM card. That's my biggest worry, is people using my SIM card. So obviously I need to try and get a hold of I need to get a hold of Mint Mobile, which is going to be nightmarish, because the last time I tried to get a hold of Mint Mobile, their whole thing was, oh, we need your PIN number, I don't know what my PIN number is. I haven't seen my PIN, nothing that they've sent me, I believe, has had my PIN number on it. I'm not sure where I even get this PIN number from. I don't know what it is. I don't know what my PIN number is with them. And really, fool?
Very, very interesting. Tell me what red flag law is, and then let's go into why we don't have them here in Arizona. But could that change?
Wow, it's more shit drivers. Somebody turning left in such a hurry that they didn't even acknowledge the fact that me going straight had the right of way. And of course, I'm having to drive super slow because the guy turning right, oh wow! I don't know if y'all saw that in the video, back it up. Probably just flew by on the fringes on the right, but there were a lot of tents underneath on the right side, underneath the overpass for the Arizona 143. Wow, that guy does not look like he stopped on red before turning right, and he turned right into the left lane. I was a cab driver for 19 years, and I don't, in the 90s and the most of the early 2000s, and I absolutely don't remember. And I was on the road 12 hours, sometimes more a day, and I don't remember drivers being as bad as they are now. I really don't. Don't get me wrong, I saw bad drivers every day, but now it's it's constant. It's nonstop.
Considering that again now, in light of what happened in Texas, I don't know what the current legislature would do with that, but I think it makes an awful lot of sense. And when people start to say, well, that would have helped here, that would have helped there.
And meanwhile, the guy on the left is sitting, not moving on a green, because I looked to the left, he was looking at his cell phone. He's still sitting on a green light, not moving. The guy's so focused on his cell phone, he still hasn't gone yet.
It seems very common sense.
Checking my rearview mirror, and he still hasn't gone yet. Oh, there he went. He just now went. Wow. Yeah, that guy was so busy looking at his phone that it took him that long to realize that the green light had changed. That's awesome. I got such mixed feelings because every time I hear stuff about, like especially PSAs about so-called distracted driving laws, prohibiting smartphone use while driving, I cringe. I mean, I've been using a cell phone while driving before smartphones were a thing, and they always say, using phones while driving. It doesn't even specify smartphone. But, and then I've had other ones that says I'm using any kind of device while driving, which is funny because what constitutes a device? I mean, I'm sure the law probably specifies what constitutes a device, but is using your smartphone and touching on its screen fundamentally any different than driving a modern car where everything is controlled through a touch screen, your stereo, your climate controls and whatnot? Like, is there any fundamental difference? Because I'm thinking not. That's one thing I like about the fact that I am driving an older car, is that all the controls on this thing are actual tactile buttons and knobs. So I don't have to take my eyes off the road to use it. I do occasionally use my cell phone, which I have up at a mount while I'm driving, and I don't perceive that as being any different than using using a touchscreen in a car. But then I see people like that guy that was sitting at the green light for an extended period of time, not going because he was looking at his phone, playing with his phone. I don't know. I'm personally against the legislation of trying to tell you can't do what you want to do in your car. I'm against that. But I do think people like that should get tickets. Not that it matters. Not for distracted driving, just for impeding traffic if you're not coming at the green light. But there's so much bad driving going on, and at this point, so few cops that it's kind of a non-issue. And I mean, the cops can't even be bothered to do anything about people stealing shopping carts and people smoking and dealing drugs at bus stops. So, what makes me think they're going to do anything about traffic infractions that don't cause an accident? Anyway, so in case you hadn't noticed, I'm en route to Woodshed 2. Right before I started this video, I checked my Google traffic and it showed smooth sailing all the way from U Store to there. So I figure it's 3:13 p.m. right now. So I figure this is as good a time as any to try to get there and hopefully talk to a manager. Hopefully talk to a manager and make some kind of a sales pitch to be doing karaoke there. I do find it disheartening that I guess it's probably been 2 months now that they ran an ad somewhere. I'm going to guess Facebook, but ran an ad somewhere that my friend Matt was able to get a screen grab of and then send me an image of. Of course, I no longer have his phone number and contact information because that was in the phone that I lost 3 days ago.
You gotta do something about mental health. You gotta do something.
But yeah,
it needs to be discussed. Maybe it's age. This particular shooter in Texas was 18, and
what do you call it? The
messages that he was waiting for the day he turned 18.
That they said they were actively looking for somebody, and I know that there's plenty of competition in the karaoke market, and I find it weird that when I was there 2 weeks ago, they still hadn't found another karaoke DJ, but yet they had hired a DJ for that night. I don't know. I'm perplexed. But hopefully I'll actually be able to talk to a manager today and gain some insight as to what's going on there. And if they've just scrapped the concept of doing karaoke and are deciding that maybe just a DJ is a better move for them. Which makes me sad. I wasn't really able to go in there and talk to a manager earlier due to my transportation limitations and schedule limitations, because I give them the ability to have both. And I would imagine other KJs say that as well, but I know a lot of other KJs are pretty weak as DJs, and of course this is just my own, self-opinion here, but I feel like I'm a pretty decent DJ with or without karaoke. But anyway, and I can't make any judgment on the DJ that was in there 2 weeks ago because I didn't stick around long enough to hear his stuff. I was more on a mission, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, I forget which weekend it was, but I was on more of a mission to check out various karaoke spots, or potential karaoke spots, and
it was easy. Red Mountain Way lost.
Yeah, it was obvious when I was there that there was nothing else that was going to be happening with the bartenders at Woodshed 2. They were busy, and it just
you need to know right now. Texas Governor Greg
there was just nothing that appealed to me for sticking around. I'm curious how good the DJ is, how good the response to the DJ is, but not enough to want to hang out there and buy drinks there at a place where I don't know anybody.
And here's what the governor said about the police action on Wednesday.
The reason
there's absolutely no appeal for me this day
is because law enforcement officials did what they do.
God, I'm just so sick of the news about Texas. And I suppose that's, there were children that were killed. That's callous. Children get killed every day. Now, how many children are killed every day in car accidents? Are we talking about common sense car control yet? That's the big killer, not guns. But I don't know. The sheep love the headlines. Oh, speaking of guns, yes, you did have a gun. You blew your brains out, Kurt. Anyway, hey, and just think. If Kurt Cobain was alive today, he'd be in his early 50s, just like me. It's kind of a hard thing to imagine. And you got to wonder if he was still alive and didn't go out with a bang, would Nevermind be revered as the classic it is today? I'm thinking probably not. I'm thinking they probably would have gone on to do some really mediocre albums like the last couple of Everclear albums, and people would have just kind of lost interest in them, and consequently lost interest in the early work. I mean, just think how much of a classic Everclear Sparkle and Fade would be if Art had OD'd or blown his brains out shortly after the release of their third album, the one that came after Sparkle and Fade. Which album was so mediocre I can't remember the name of it. Anyway. I do love Sparkle and Fade, though, even if other people don't remember what a great album that is. I do. And I don't think I mentioned it. Looking back, a few weeks ago, I watched most of my videos that I shot while I was in Portland, and I was highly disappointed I didn't shoot more video in Portland. Although my big constraint when I was in Portland was just I didn't have much space on my phone, and I was just trying to take it all in without being encumbered by, oh shit, it's missed my turn. Encumbered by trying to shoot video. But one of the things that I did which wasn't much, but it really hit a good space for me, is I put my good headphones on, and listened to Sparkle and Fade as I rode somewhat across town, northbound on a Lime scooter, kind of zigzagging through the neighborhoods, and for me that was, I don't know, that was kind of a zen thing, since at least it's my understanding that once upon a time Everclear was a big part of the Portland music scene. I mean, they're from Portland. Ooh, that parking spot is labeled massage only, so I better not park there. Loop around and park here. Anyway, I'm gonna try to put on a happy, positive face and sell myself. I am really not good. This is the number one thing that holds my karaoke back from being a viable business, is that I'm just not. I'm not a good salesperson. I don't like talking to people or going face to face people or trying to sell them on my karaoke. I absolutely just don't like doing it, and that's what I need to do right now. So I'm trying to do my best at it. How's my hair look? It looks pretty much terrible. I have a brush with me. I should have a small brush. It's not that. It's in the back of the seat. Right, so there's that. Yeah, it looked really good after that haircut, but it's kind of grown out to a sort of not so good in between state right now. And maybe I should try a hair tie and see if it's long enough to put it like in a pony knob in the back. But at least I got it enough to the point it doesn't look unkempt. So anyway, y'all wish me luck. Hopefully make some progress on this. I really need another karaoke gig in my life right now.